Okay, good day to everybody. We will be solving here a three-loop system, for an electrical system, So, three-loop electrical system, okay? So, what we have to do here first is to transform the circuit into its Laplace transform. You have here, for L2, we have to make it as L2S, and for R3, you have to make it stay as R3. Tapos CC1, okay, so the Laplace transform of C1 is 1 over C1S, then R1, okay, then you have here, for the VT, the Laplace transform is your Vs, tapos C2, okay, gagawin natin 1 over C2S, then L1, okay, we make that one as L1S, okay, then R2, okay, Laplace transform of R2 is also R2, and the Laplace transform of your L3 is L3S. Okay na? Then, using the mesh analysis method, we have to assign currents on each of the loops. Okay? So, assigning current, or suppose we assign here as your loop 1. Okay? This is your loop 2. And this is your loop 3. Okay? Then assign currents, For loop 1, we assign current as your I1S. Okay? Then for loop 2, we assign I2S. And similarly, we have for loop 3 as your I3S. Okay na? So, upon assigning the loop currents, okay, we can now apply Kirchhoff's voltage law on each loop, so that we can able to establish the system equations. Okay, for loop 1, we have now your Bs as your input. Okay, so that will be equivalent to the voltage of C1S plus the voltage of R1S, plus voltage of C2S, okay, plus the voltage of L1S. Okay, so that should be equivalent now to, okay, so 1 over C1S as the impedance. Okay, then for the voltage of C1, okay, there should be two currents flowing, namely I1 and I3. Okay, so since we are in loop 1, we will make I1 as your positive current. Okay, so minus I3S. Okay, plus R1, the voltage of R1, so the impedance multiplied by the current that will flow across R1, which is also the difference between the current I2, I1 and I3. Okay, then for C2, okay, for C2 there are also two currents, namely I1 and I2. So we will have that as plus 1 over C2S multiplied by I1S minus I2S. Okay. And lastly, we have, okay, for L1. So for L1, we also have a commonality between the loop 1 and loop 2. So yung current sa I1 Ang current ng I1 ay yung I1 minus I2. You know, plus N1S multiplied by I1S minus I2S. Yan. No? Then we will, okay, have each of the current separated. No? We have here for I1S, no? We have 1 over C1S. Ito. Then for R1, ayan, plus 1 over C2S plus, okay, N1. Yes, N1S. Okay, no? So, tapos, for I2, so, lahat ay negative, no? So, I2S. So, meron tayong 1 over C2S plus N1S. Okay? Then, we have for I3 minus I3S, no? Okay, we have 1 over, okay, 1 over C1S. Para dito yun, I3, okay, tapos minus, ito yung R1. Okay? So, if we have values for all of the components, no? Suppose C1 is equal to C2 equal to ilan by ating C2 lang. Given na capacitors, okay, no? Lagay natin 2 farad, okay, no? Tapos si L1 equal to L2 equal to L3. So, let us have this as 4 Henry, okay, no? Then si R1 equal to R2 and then ating R, R3 pa. Okay? So, we have R3 equivalent to R3. Let us have this as 3 ohms. Okay? So, it will depend on the values of the circuit equation will vary with values of the components. Okay? So, we have I1S, 1 over C1 is 2S plus R1, 3 plus L1, 4S. Okay na? So, minus I2S, okay, multiplied by 1 over C2S is 2S, plus L1S is 4S. Okay, minus for I3, 3S, multiplied by 1 over 2S plus this is 1 plus. R1 is 3. Okay, no? Simplifying further, we have here BS, okay, equal to I1S multiplied by, so unahin natin si 4S. So we have 8S squared plus 4 plus 6S plus 1 over 2S. Minus I2S multiplied by 2S. So, magiging 8S squared plus 1. So, minus I3S multiplied by 6S plus 1. This is supposed to be 6. Ayun. Okay, so this should be your equation 1. Okay, that is established making use of Kirchhoff's voltage law on loop 1. Ayan. Okay, so that is your equation number 1. Okay, so applying now Kirchhoff's voltage law on loop 2. Okay. So on loop 2, KVL on loop 2, okay, we will be establishing the second equation. So we have no source, no, on loop 2. So that will be equivalent to, no, the voltage of C2S, okay, plus the voltage of L1S plus the voltage of R2S, no, plus the voltage of L3S. Ayan. Okay, no? So, setting this na 0 is equal to, so for the loop of VC2, there are two currents, no? So, namely I2 and I1. Okay? So, for establishing the Kirchhoff's voltage law on loop 2, okay? So, ang mag-govern dyan ay si loop 2. So, 1 over C2S yung impedance niya. So, ito ayon. I2S minus I1S. So, plus BL1, common din si L1S, no? Between loop 1 and loop 2. So, ito ay I2S, no? Minus I1 of S. Okay, no? Yan. Plus 4R2. Okay. Common naman siya between loop 2 and loop 3. So, ang current sa kanya ay si I2 at saka si I3. Okay, no? So, yun si R2. Okay. Si R2 multiplied by I2S minus I3S. Ayan. No? Then, lastly, we have 4 plus BL3. So, sa L3, isa lang ang kuryente sa kanya, si I2. So, that will be L3S, no? Multiplied by I2S. Ayan. No? So, simplifying this by factoring I1S, no? So, I1S, we have 1 over C2S plus, okay, L1S, no? Okay, plus, no, for I2S, okay, multiplied by, meron tayo 1 over C2S plus L1S plus R2, okay, okay, ay, meron pa pala ito, okay, plus L3S. Okay, no? So, meron pa tayong L3, I3, minus I3S multiplied by I3. Isa lang, si R2. Okay, so, substituting the values of the components, minus I1S multiplied by C2. So, C2 ay 2, 3, tsaka 4. 3C, 4C, L3. Okay. Tapos, okay. Okay. Si C2 ay 1 over 2S plus 4S. Okay. Plus I2S multiplied by 1 over 2S plus 4S plus 3 plus 4S. Okay na? Minus I3 times R2 o R3. Okay na? Tama ba yung aking R2 ay 3. Okay na? So, then we simplify, okay, by having the least common denominator. Okay, magiging 8s squared plus 1 over 2s plus ito ay 2s. Okay, so ito tsaka ito ay 8s. Okay, magiging 16s squared plus 6s plus 1 over 2s. Okay, minus I2 is 3 times 3. Okay, no? So that is your equation 2, which is established making use of the mesh analysis in loop 2. Yeah? So that's your equation 3, you know? Equation 2. Okay, kasya pa ba dito? I think no, hindi na kasya. Okay, no? So then we have, okay, yan, another paint. Applying now, okay, Kirchhoff's voltage law on loop 3. Okay, no? We have again no voltage, no? Source, no? We have here voltage ng C1S plus voltage ng R1S. Ang ano lang natin, voltahe natin ay nandun sa, voltahe source ay nandun sa, okay, loop 1. Okay, no? So, dito wala tayong source voltage, so 0. Again, be equal to the source drop, voltage drops, no? BC1S plus B1RS plus, no? BR2S. Okay. Plus, no? BL2S plus BR3S. Ayan. So, having this, ito 1 over C1S as its impedance multiplied by the current here. So, since we are in loop 3, what we will make as positive is yung I3S, no? Minus I1S. Okay, that is for the voltage of C1 plus the voltage of R1 multiplied by, okay, so sa R1, still, ang kuryente niya is the difference between I3S and I1S, okay, plus the voltage across, okay, R1 by R2, okay, so sa R2, ang kuryente niya ay the difference between I2S, I3S, minus I2S. Remember, we are in the loop number 3. So, what we will going to make as positive is yung sa I3. Okay, no? So, plus yung sa BL2. Okay. Is yung sa BL2, which is your equal to the impedance times your, ang current lang natatakbo sa kanya is yung I3S, no? Similarly, we have for the R3, ang current lang natatakbo dito ay si I3S. Ayan, no? No, equivalent natin. So, this will now be equal to 0 is equal to 1, lahat ng I1, I1S, no? Meron kang 1 over C1S plus ito, CR1. Meron pa ba tayong I1? Wala na. So, minus din si ay 2s multiplied by, meron kang R2, okay, plus, okay, wala na, si R2. Okay. So, wala na tayo ibang, wala lang ibang voltahe na merong current na I2. Plus, si I3S, okay, multiplied by 1 over C1S plus, okay, R1. Si R1 plus ito, si R2 plus si L2. Yan, apat, 1, 2, ay, 5 pala. Okay, L2S, tsaka si, kulang? C1, R1, R2, si R3. Okay. So, simplifying this, we have, okay, 0 is equal to negative I1 of S, no? Multiplied by, ang C2 ay 2S. C1 is, ang R natin is 3 minus I2S. Ang R2 is 3 plus ito ay 1 over 2S plus 3 plus 3 plus 4S plus 3. Okay na? Yan. Then further simplification. So we have 0 is equal to negative I1S multiplied by 6S plus 1 over 2S minus I2S times 3 plus ito, tsaka ito, magiging 9 ay I3 ito. Kulang tayo na I3S. Okay, 9. So, magiging 9 times 2 is I3S. So, 4 tsaka 2 is 8S squared plus 9 times 2 is 18S plus K1 all over 2S. Ayan. Times I2S. Ayan. You know? So, this is equation number 3. So, there are 3 unknowns, 3 equations. So, we have to set up, okay, our table of transformations. Okay? So, yung para sa constant, para sa I1, S, para sa I2, S, at para sa I3, S. So, on equation 1, okay, balik tayo dito. Ay. Ayaw ng ating yan, ito na. So, sa loop 1, we have the source as your BS. Equation 1. Ayan, okay na. For the K, we have BS. Ang I1 natin ay 8S squared plus 6S plus 1 over 2S. Okay na? So, tapos sa I2, we have negative 8S squared plus 1 over 2S. Tapos si I3, we have 6S plus 1 negative. 6S plus 1. Okay na? That is for equation 1. So, in equation 2, ating na-set up na equation will be ito. 0 ang ating source. Okay. Okay. Tapos for I1, negative 8s squared plus 1 over 2s. Okay. Para sa I2, 16 s squared plus 6s plus 1 over 2s. Okay? Tapos sa I3 ay negative 3. Okay? Tapos para sa loop 3, okay, we have equation 3, negative 6s plus 1. So, 0 ulit ito, negative 6s plus 1 over 2s. Okay? Tapos sa equation 2, ay equation ay 3s. Okay? Minus 8s squared plus 18s plus 1 over 2s. Okay. Tapos yung sa I3 should become positive. Ay, baliktad pa rin. I2 pala yun. I2 natin, I3 lang. Negative 3. Tapos dito ay 8s 8s squared plus 18s plus 1 over 2s. Tama ba? Yan. Okay. Ayan. Ayan. Yan. So, ito na ngayon yung ating gagamitin sa matrix. Okay? So, paano kung gusto kong kunin yung output across your M3. No? Depende sa output na pinakukuha. No? So, kung sa M3 tayo kukuha ng output, okay, so, yan. So, paano ko ito yung output natin? The output of S. Okay? So, kukunin nyo yung value ni I2 kasi kailangan natin si I2 para multiply dito para makuha nyo si B output. And ang B output equal to your BN3S. Ayan. No? Okay, so kukunin natin IC, I3. Okay? I2 pala, I2. So kukunin natin si I2. Okay? Gagawa tayo ng matrix na okay. Si I2. Kukunin yung current. So, ilalagay nyo sa ibabaw, okay, ang papalitan yung column ng I2. You know? Kunin natin ito. Ayan. So, gawa tayo ng sniping tool. Ito natin. Okay. So, lagyan natin dito na I2. Yes. Okay. Iba ganito. Matrix ito. Okay. I2. Ang kukunin natin I2. So, gagawin natin ito. P of S. Ito ay 0. Tsaka 0. Tapos yung sa I3. Tapos, no? So, hindi pa kompleto yung ating matrix doon. Okay, kailangan pa rin natin itong divide. No? This is, ayan, okay? Tapos, i-divide natin siya by this one. Okay. Matrix natin. So, compare natin lahat ng nasa baba nito. Sit lagi. Yan. Yan. So, yun na si matrix natin. Okay? So, evaluate nyo ngayon to para makuha si I2. Okay. Okay. So, paano ginagawa ulit yung matrix, no? So, gagawin yung down minus up. Okay, no? So, multiply ito down. So, 0. Okay, no? Tapos ito. Ay. No? So, sabi nyo, ini-extend. O, bahala kayo sa extension. Okay? So, open natin ito. Okay, tapos ito, ano, okay natin. Okay, no? Ay, mali, ano to? Dapat ito. Tapos, then evaluate the matrix. Okay? So, down. You know? Then evaluate the matrix. Okay? So, down. Tapos, ayan. Multiply yan. Tapos, ito. Sino isa? Ito. 0. Ayan. Okay, no? Tapos, minus up. Okay, no? Ayan. Tapos, ito. Okay. Tapos, ito yung medyo mahirap. You know? Siyempre, no? 3 by 3 na yan. You know? Multiply, multiply. You know? So, ha? Pag yan, nakuha nyo na. Okay. naman nyo na si I2. Okay. Magiging expressed yan in terms of BS, no? Magkakaroon ka na equation na ganyan. Okay, so sa BS. Okay. So, pag kinuha mo na si I2, multiply mo na ngayon si BN3S is equal to I2 at S times N3 at S. Ayan. No? So, ito, merong BS dito, iilalim mo sa BN3. Kukunin mo ngayon si BN3 over BS. Ayan. Okay. So, ito na yung transfer function. Ayan. Transfer function na kinukuha natin. No? So, this is very, so, try nyo itong solving. Ayan. Down. 0 naman ito. Saka ito. Tapos pataas. 0. Ito 0. Ito meron. Ayan. So, gawin natin. So, another paint. Okay. Itong down na to ay 0. Ayan, 0 yan. Tapos ito, down, ay negative 3. So, si I2 is, no? So, yung upper niya ay, negative 3 times negative 6 is. BS. Ayan. Tapos, ito pa. Wala na. 0 ito. Ito 3. Tapos ito 0. Ito ay 0. Ito ay 0. Ayan. Tapos yung pataas, ito ay 0. Ito na lang meron. Ayan. Ayan. Okay. Yung pataas ay minus. So, magiging plus. Okay. So, multiply by 8 s squared plus 18 s. Okay. Plus 1 over 2s multiplied by 8s squared plus 1 over 2s. Okay. Multiplied by BS. Okay? Yan, naging negative, ay naging positive kasi pataas ay negative. Ito ay negative. Okay? Tapos tara 0. Okay na? Ayan. So, factor out mo si BS. So, di-divide mo ngayon ito by yung sa baba. Multiplication. So, yan. Multiply ito. So, wala ka ng 0 dito. Medyo mahaba yan. Okay, no? So, mapapansin mo, si I2 ay expressed in terms of BS. Okay? Tapos, kunin nyo yung denominator. Okay? Tapos, si BL3S ay equal to L3S times yung I2 of S. Okay, no? Divided by BL3S. Okay, no? Hindi na pag-ibig. Okay, no? So, L3S is 4S. No? Multiply nyo ng I2. Okay, S. Okay? So, mapapansin mo si I2S factor out mo si BS, no? So, pag meron siya dito, yan. Tapos meron kang BS doon. Kaya, ilalim mo na ngayon ito dito para makuha mo si transfer function. Ito to BL3S over BS. So, yan yung magiging sagot. I will leave that to you as your sit work. Okay? No? So, yan ang ating